Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, please rise for the procession of the graduands and remain standing for the academic procession.
Welcome to the fall convocation of Kwantlen Polytechnic University. We begin by acknowledging that we are gathered here today on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people who have lived here for millennia. Our university region includes the Swassem, Musqueam, the Semiahmoo, the Katzie, and the Coquitlam peoples, and of course, the Kwantlen, who bestowed their name on this university. We thank all our First Nations for sharing their land and resources with us. And our elder in residence, Lekayton, is here to bless the convocation. Please stay standing.
Haitskasiyam to you, my friend. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the students, hard workers. 17 years of school time is coming to a finish, a closing. Hopefully that everyone here that has a grandfather and a grandmother, a mother, father, uncles and aunties, sisters and brothers, nieces and nephews, to all those who have a very, very strong bloodline to your people internationally, to everyone who walks through that House of Knowledge doorway today, Hereditary Chief Marilyn Gabriel Stakkosan sends her best regards to all of you and to all of the hard workers up here on the stage who got you to where you are today. I congratulate their hard work efforts, and at the same time, I want to ensure you that you are the future leaders of the world. And I hope that in the very, very near future, we see some kind of adjustments to creation and mankind. We were put here to look after each other. We were put here to learn from each other, and we've done that. I congratulate every one of you, to everyone up here on the podium as well. I say Haitskasiyam to you and welcome you to the territory, welcome you to the day's event of the most precious day of your lives. Haitskasiyam, all my relations. Haitska.
Thank you, Lekayton. Please stay standing for the singing of O Canada, led by Lauren Berg, a student in KPU's music program. Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Please be seated. I declare Kwantlen Polytechnic University's convocation in session to honor our 2017 graduates. My name is Alan Davis, and I have the honor of serving as KPU's President and Vice Chancellor. Convocation means to call together by summons, and in universities, convocations are called for the conferring of degrees and diplomas for the recognition of outstanding achievement. And so it is today that we call colleagues and friends together to honor KPU's graduates and their distinguished awardees of 2017. I'd like to start by introducing the members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. KPU's Chancellor, Dr. George Melville. Representing the KPU Board of Governors, Board Chair Hannah Madsen and Suzanne Pierce. From the KPU Alumni Association Board, David Dryden. Representing the Kwantlen Student Association, Rawan Ramini. Our past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Christine Brody. Vice Chair of the University Senate, Dr. David Burns. The members of our faculty who are here today. The Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Salvador Ferreras. The Associate Vice President Academic, Dr. Steve Cardwell. Our Vice Provost for Students, Dr. Jane Fee. The University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation, Zena Mitchell, and University Librarian, Todd Mundell. The Dean of the Faculty of Health, Dr. David Flokowski, and the Dean of the Faculty of Academic and Career Advancement, Dr. Patrick Donahoe. The Associate Dean of the Faculty of Academic and Career Advancement, Amy Bagalka, and other members of the university administration who are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in acknowledging the platform party. Chancellor Melville, would you please bring greetings to the convocation?
President Davis, board members, Senate members, graduates, honored guests, family members, faculty, staff, and alumni, welcome to Kwantlen Polytechnic University's Fall Convocation. Today we celebrate the successes of our graduates. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to each and every one of you. You should be very proud of the work you've done and the decisions you've made that have gotten you here today. I would like to talk about two things this morning, pride and passion. I'm lucky. I love what I do, and I've always striven to pursue what I'm passionate about. When my peers in grade school talked about becoming doctors, astronauts, firemen, I dreamed of becoming a chartered accountant. Who would have ever thought that my dream would put me on this stage as your chancellor here today? I didn't know then where following that passion would lead me, but I do know this. People who are successful find success through passion. Everyone starts at the same level, and it's passion that sets you apart. So of the two things I'd like to leave with you today, one is to encourage you to find something you want to do, and the other is when you find it, do it with passion. Today you join a community of alumni, many of whom have found great success doing just that. These include an award-winning visionary entrepreneur running a successful multi-million-dollar business right here in Surrey, an alumna who turned her capstone project into a successful restaurant business in Vancouver, and a designer whose collection was recently featured on the runway at Vancouver Fashion Week. Our grads are philanthropists, critical thinkers, entrepreneurs, and global citizens. This university's alumni are representing KPU locally, nationally, and globally in an incredibly impactful way. Today you join that community, one I'm proud to be part of as a KPU alumnus. And as each of you pursue your own passions and embark on your own paths to success, I hope you join me in sharing that pride. With each of our own individual successes, we help make KPU's reputation a little bit bigger, better, and bolder. So graduates, be passionate and take pride in what you do and where you've come from. On behalf of your university, I wish you continued success. And once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Savannah Juliet Bresnik will address the convocation on behalf of the graduates. Savannah graduates with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Savannah Bresnik. I have been attending Kwantlen for over 6 years now, and I know what you're thinking. That's a long time to get a degree. Maybe she got a master's. I didn't. Just took a little longer than the rest of them here. I want to share a few stories about my journey in nursing and in education, and I promise I have a point. After finishing high school, I went away to university because I thought that's what I should do. I realized after I did this that I'd made a mistake because I'd done something that someone else wanted me to do instead of myself. So I immediately returned home and was criticized for the decision I made. But today, the joke is on them as I graduate as a nurse, and I'm honored to give this speech for my graduating class. I started at Kwantlen in general studies. I took a lot of different classes ranging from Spanish to French, creative writing to German, and even poetry before I got accepted into the program. First year English was challenging to say the least, and I wrote the final exam with 4 other classmates. We have really good class sizes here at KPU. It was a big day when I got accepted into nursing. I was excited, I made wonderful friends, and as soon as I thought I was doing great, I almost failed. Luckily for me, I had tremendous support from a few faculty members, from my family, and from some wonderful classmates. I remember being told that experiences like these make us stronger. We learn from them and we become humble. It is hard to process words like that in the moment, but it rings true as I reflect on the situation today. Because that year, I studied harder than ever in a library with my study group. We spent hours studying the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, and I can recall a few of us, not naming names, rapping out loud and shouting with victory when we finally memorized it correctly. I knew then we didn't have the best track record with the librarians when one of them walked into the gym where I worked and said, "Hey, you're one of those really loud girls in nursing who's always at the library at KPU." I think I hid. So my study group wasn't the best silent studiers, but we did what we had to do in order to succeed. I find it funny, though, how people grow to recognize you and get to know you so well after time. I think some of the custodians and cafeteria staff knew a lot about me and my classmates because of the amount of time we spent at school, and I would have happily invited them here today if I'd had enough tickets. After we figured out how to study, something great happened. The KPU brewery opened up. At break time, we got to go get samples and fill up our growlers. This was just one of the many perks to being a student at Kwantlen Langley campus. Another great perk was the farmers markets in the summer. Yeah. And we were able to take our breaks and go and buy fresh snap peas and apple cider. So to any programming faculty here, Wednesdays, farmer markets, and Fridays, beer tasting are great days for classes. You will have happy students. The friends I made here that helped me study, pass, and taste beer are the reason I'm standing up here today. We had this shared dream that we were all working towards, and they encouraged me to do better and strive for more than I ever could possibly on my own. And today, it is my job to congratulate each and every one of you and encourage you in your future endeavors, whatever they might be. We may have been in different programs, and some of you might be looking at me and don't even know who I am, but I know everyone here had to take first year English, so you have all worked very hard. You worked hard, you stayed motivated, and because of it, you are here today. And I want to thank all of your family members, your friends, your support system that are all here smiling, because without you, we couldn't have made it on this journey that we did. On a final note, you're probably wondering why I told some of these weird stories about my life. Well, it is to remind us that being on a path we don't like can easily be changed, regardless of what others think about it. If you fail, or almost fail as I did, it'll be okay. It is this experience that we learn from and we grow from and become stronger. Every person you meet is important, whether it is the librarian who knows where you work or the custodian who talks to you after your exams. Everyone matters. Having positive relationships are the backbones to our success. They really are. And I, for one, could not be here without all the amazing support I received from some wonderful classmates, family, and peers. You may be done your education and may be entering something new where you're at the beginning again. Please remind yourselves that experts were once beginners and allow yourself to make mistakes, but be open to the feedback that happens after that process and the help that you get from others. But most importantly, celebrate your accomplishments. Take time to go fill that growler with your colleagues if you need to, because you deserve it. And no matter the size of the accomplishment, be proud of it. Even if it took you double the length of others to get here, as it did for me, you still deserve to celebrate. So again, congratulations, graduating class of 2017, Health Sciences and Academic and Career Advancement. You did it.
Thank you very much, Savannah. We will now certify the graduands. Would all the graduands please rise? Chancellor Melville, it is with great pleasure that I hereby certify that the graduands here present and those in absentia have met the requirements for the credentials to be presented this day as prescribed by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and I ask that you confer upon them their credentials.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes of the Province of British Columbia, and upon the recommendation of the Senate and the Registrar of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, I confer upon you the credential to which you are entitled and invest you with all the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. In keeping with the tradition of university convocations, please move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated.
Well, now the moment you've been waiting for, we're going to present each of our graduates to the convocation. Joshua Mitchell will present the graduates and will be assisted by the registrar, Zena Mitchell. Offering congratulations to each graduate as they cross the stage will be myself, with the presentation of a commemorative medal, Chancellor Melville, the Dean of the Faculty being presented today, and each graduate will be presented with an invitation from David Dryden and Nancy Armitage on behalf of the KPU Alumni Association. Now, graduates, please return to your seats as directed by the marshals after crossing the stage. We will try to keep this orderly, and please stay until everyone has crossed the stage. But vocal encouragement of your favorite graduate is very welcome. This is, after all, a celebration. Mr. Mitchell, when you're ready.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Health. Bachelor of Science in Nursing. With distinction, Renata Hope Arnold. With distinction, Anmol Buttar. Colby Ann Bickle. Savannah Juliette Bresnick. With distinction, Bernice Chan. With distinction, Grace Choi. Amy Chun. Jan Patrick Diato. Ravneet Dhaliwal. Kunwar Dodd. With distinction, Allison Morgan Harley. With distinction, Jiwon Hong. Joanne Su. Angelina Hua. With distinction, Wenji Jia. Mandeep Kaur. Sheila Krochenko. With distinction, Cindy La. Jeremy Tang Medina. With distinction, Netta Ozell. Manisha Pabla. Christine Brittany Redota. With distinction, Jessica Singh. Samantha Tan. Karen Ann Watts. Natalie Yi-Ka Wong. Jenny Yoon. Certificate in Graduate Nurse, Internationally Educated Reentry, with distinction, Marie Antoinette Mirasol Abejero. Stephanie Ka Alberestein. With distinction, Concepcion Andes. With distinction, Negar Arbabi. Deborah Gretchen Manzon Ardinez. With distinction, Myraleen Amsiwen Baluston. With distinction, Ethan Chang. With distinction, Nobarine Pamela Agabao Dakane. With distinction, Amy Doyle. With distinction, Melba Sheila D'Souza. With distinction, Noel Dadivas Feliciano. With distinction, Catherine Haranelia. With distinction, Amrinder Kaur. Jasveer Kaur. With distinction, Durga Lamichane. With distinction, Cybele Lonergan. Lindsay Matthew. With distinction, Maria Marizel Quesada Mendoza. With distinction, Anne Louise Juarez Palomares. Sinead Ann Power. With distinction, Milagros Kigao. Gulbir Kaur Randawa. With distinction, Nisha Sabu. With distinction, Faranak Sultanian. Patrick John Pastodio. With distinction, Nibi Chaco Vargas. With distinction, Liping Yang. Certificate in Healthcare Assistant with distinction, Caitlin Ann Nichols. Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator with distinction, Kelsey Adams. With distinction, Amanda Ash. Ruth Naomi Baldeconza. With distinction, Diane Dizon. With distinction, Stephanie Lee Eberly. Shelley Graywall. With distinction, Brittany Jacqueline Kent. Jenny Nguyen. Angela Lisa Peterson. Jessica Irene Peterson. Monique Sahota. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Health. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Academic and Career Advancement. Certificate of Completion and Access Programs for People with Disabilities, Job Preparation, Mohammed Yusuf Bawa. Jordan Diane Ruth Bishop. Sean Frederick Bramble. Mark Chang. Stephanie Joy De La Rosa. Edward Fang. Miriam Hafiz. Garneet Judy. Rena Marie Joel. Harry Ma. Crystal Kajal Matu. Alyssa Lynn Morrison. Seema Nath. Amanda Tracy Rosichuk. Ria Talv. Certificate of Completion and Access Programs for People with Disabilities, Work Exploration, Patrick Ching. Victoria Marion Drake. Abubakar Mustafa Farhan. Jose Ivan Figueroa. Sierra Jade Jensen. Harmeet Kanwal. Johnson Liu. John Seamond Prodigo Martinez. Balwinder Singh Riar. Zoe Alicia Rice. Jeffrey Martin Scott. Dalton Darius Vey. Edgar Y. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Academic and Career Advancement, and this concludes the presentation of our graduates.
Okay, graduates, now it's your turn. I'll give you this opportunity to acknowledge your family and friends who supported you during your studies, so you can stand up, turn around, and make some noise. All right, you can sit down now. Corey Anderson Fennell, on behalf of the Kwantlen Polytechnic University Alumni Association, will provide a welcome to its newest members.
Wow. Good morning, everyone. First off, I extend my sincerest congratulations to you, our graduates, and your families on behalf of your alumni community. I address you today as an employee of KPU and a proud KPU alumna. Many years ago, too many to count, I was exactly where you are today. I was graduating. I had a shiny new certificate in journalism, and I was ready to impress the world with my prowess as an investigative reporter. A Pulitzer was sure to come my way within the month. I was a Kwantlen graduate after all. I could do anything. But I was scared. These walls around you, they're safe. My instructors, they were experts in their fields. They were supportive, knowledgeable, and patient. My fellow students, well, they were strangers who became real friends. But then there was this outside world, and it was terrifying. My instructors were replaced by employers, and my cohort was replaced by co-workers. So I went to work at a newspaper. Strangely enough, my first boss was also a KPU alumnus. No wonder he hired me. As it turned out, 2 of the other writers at the paper were also alumni. They were everywhere. We shared stories and histories and an unbreakable bond. A few career moves later, the boss was again from Kwantlen, except this time that boss was me. And I went on to hire lots of Kwantlen alumni over the years. And why not? You're the best at what you do. Great. And now you're also part of an organization of the best in the form of the KPU Alumni Association. So just when you thought your journey at KPU had come to an end, I'm here to tell you it's really just the beginning. If you're feeling nostalgic as you transition from student to alumni, just know that you can take the student out of KPU, but you can never, ever take KPU out of the student. We'll always be with you. We'll always be rooting for you, and we'll always be championing your achievements. The KPU alumni community is vast. We have over 50,000 graduates. It's your lifelong connection to KPU. We strive to provide you with the relevant resources to help build and maintain your success. This includes rewards and benefits just for being alumni. Our alumni are all over the world doing amazing things. They're making it better, they're making it more interesting, and they're making it theirs, as you will do, I'm sure. We welcome you to this esteemed community where you can inspire and be inspired by your fellow graduates. So I wish you every joy, every success, and every triumph, and I look forward to staying in touch. Thank you, and once again, congratulations on this day.
Thank you, Corrie. I'd like to close the convocation with a few words specifically about this university and its importance to our community within the context of the crucial role that universities of all shapes and sizes play in our society. KPU is part of a global community of thousands of universities who are founded upon and dedicated to the great ideals of civilization: liberty, truth, sustainability, beauty, and justice. And they respect and preserve culture and language and ideas and inspire their learners and others to do the same and to become active agents in creating a better world, whatever their field of study. In order to do this, universities have for centuries cherished their autonomy and the academic freedom of the faculty and their learners, and their right and responsibility to always question the status quo and to explore new knowledge while tackling complex issues, and to do so respectfully, ethically, and thoughtfully. And at KPU, though we're still very young as a university, we continue this tradition, and not just by dressing up twice a year like extras in a Harry Potter movie. We blend the medieval tradition with the much older traditions of our Indigenous peoples, and I thank Lakaitan for being here today to celebrate with you. You see, there are serious reasons for the pomp and ceremony here at Convocation, in addition to being, we hope, an appropriate celebration of your success. It reminds us all of the hard-won freedoms that universities continue to protect and to foster on behalf of society, and of the reconciliation still in progress with those peoples who have lived here for thousands of years. We are an open university, and I can't think of a convocation that better reflects that. We strive to provide access for all, and I think we've reflected that here this morning. All of us here have had the honor and the privilege of helping each of you along the way in reaching your educational goals. Thank you for choosing us. And friends and family, thank you for all you have done in supporting our graduates and for being here today. And we should give each of you a diploma for finding a parking space. Savannah, thank you for your story, reminding us that everybody who comes here comes with a story and they leave transformed. And they come from all over the world with all kinds of different goals. I remember also a couple of years ago, just after our brewery and brewing operations program opened, Dr. Fee announced to us that the nurses have found the brewery. So go forth, and if you haven't got one already, take the advice my father gave to me when I graduated. Those 3 little words that mean so much. Get a job. This concludes our convocation. I'd like to thank all those who have been involved in the planning and execution of this week's ceremonies, and I invite you to join us at the reception across the way in Surrey, Maine for hugs and photos. Chancellor Melville, please dismiss the convocation. Please stand.
In honor of the deep respect for the Kwantlen First Nation, I offer this blessing in harmony with and with deep respect for the many faiths and philosophic traditions represented here today. As you continue on life's journey, may you walk tirelessly. May the Creator walk with you. May His presence be in your minds. May her love be in your hearts. All my relations. I declare the convocation dismissed.